Jordan!
Iain.
Who was wandering westward whilst wildly whistling with worried wombats wearing woolly waistcoats whilst watching wonky wenches wield wobbly waffles?
Woodrow Wilson?
No. You guys! Oh, no!
Oh, God.
Hello and welcome to episode 188 of Two Guys What's Up, the weekly comedy podcast where if I hear the letter W once more, I'll explode. But one guy who loves it so much that he spells the word one with a W is this guy. It's Jordan. Jordan, what are you going to be going into today?
Well, Iain, for you. Today I have an experiment of sorts. This was actually, I have to admit, a stolen idea from you on your other podcast, Question Buggers.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm calling it Ian's Crazy Real Paranormal Experience.
Oh, right, I think I know where this is going there.
Yeah, I think you probably will. I'll explain it when we get there for the listeners. But what do you have for us?
Well, Jordan, today we're heading to Brazil to meet a man who, by all rights, in the nicest way possible, should have lived a normal life and passed on to the great beyond without anyone outside his hometown ever learning his name. He wasn't famous, or a scientist, a politician. He wasn't even particularly well educated. He was just a hard-working miner, a bloke who spent his days covered in dust and dirt, earning a living in Minas Gerais. But by the time his story ended, people would travel all across Brazil to see him. Doctors would investigate him, scientists would study him, the courts would prosecute him, a president would pardon him, and millions of people would learn his name. Because our new friend, and the guy we're talking about today, is Jose Arigó.
Okay.
And he was treating sick people by way of possession.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So is he an amigo?
No, he's Arigó. But Jordan, what made this story so fascinating, it wasn't just that Arigó said that this was happening. It was a sheer number of people who watched him and walked away saying, I have absolutely no fucking idea what I just saw.
Okay, interesting.
But Jordan, if people like what they hear today, where can they find more?
I feel like I should probably ask you that, Iain, because I think you've asked me that a few times recently.
Well, you know, that's just the way it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to flip it on you.
Go on then.
If people do like what they hear today, Iain, where can they find more?
Ain't got a clue.
Okay, moving on.
Cool. Just send me that script, that bit you normally say. Cool, got that. Thanks, Jordan. What's this bit at the top here? Fucking learn the script or
Die.
You won't be hosting this much longer.
Oh, I sent you the other one.
Oh, you meant to say die. Yeah, all correct, got you.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. All right, sorry. Well, Jordan, we have 36 bonus episodes currently sat on our Patreon right now, starting from just £3 a month. Depending on your location, it might be about $5.
Cool.
But you can also get your hands on some lovely Two Guys What's Up merch. Then, no wait, but if, fucking hell, this is why you do it. And if you'd like to get your hands on some Two Guys What's Up merch, then make sure you check out our lovely new merch store, where you can just jump down to the description, double, one singular, you don't even have to double click, one click, and then it takes you straight to it. The internet does its magic, takes you to the places, and you can get all that lovely stuff.
Like what, Iain? What stuff?
Don't know.
Well, I'm guessing probably things like mugs.
No.
Or T-shirts.
No, I deleted them.
Or beanies?
Deleted.
Hoodies?
Deleted.
Stickers?
I kept them, but changed them to fuck off.
Right. Okay, never mind.
1 minute. What's undo, control, Z? Yeah, they're back. They're all back.
Oh, okay. Whew.
Crisis averted, people.
It took hours to do that.
Yeah. I've just been learning computing. I just wanted to do something. I was bored.
Okay.
But yes, there are T-shirts and beanies and hoodies and mugs and stickers all available for you to just have a little clickety-clickety and purchasey and help support the show and get some cool stuff while you do it.
Hell yeah. So, shall we crack on with the rest of today's show?
No.
All right. You're going to delete that as well?
I am going to delete that, yeah, because that's not the way it goes. Learn the script.
Okay. Sorry.
The next part is, Jordan, before we jump into the good stuff, how are you?
Oh, shit, yeah. This is why we do it this way, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. You had to fucking throw a spanner in the works.
Sorry. Spanner me. I'm very good, thank you, Iain. And actually, I'm feeling super happy because finally my phone isn't constantly dying on me.
Way.
Which is amazing. So, to let the listeners know, I must admit, I've been getting really angry at my phone. Possibly unwarranted amount.
Yep.
It's just been getting really annoying because my iPhone 13 mini...
What a loser!
Yeah, alright, lol, whatever. The battery health percentage had dropped down to 79%, which I've never had ever in a phone before, and it's not even 3 years old yet. So that was significantly bad. And, you know, even my iPhone 12 mini was fine. Anyway, never mind. It was constantly throttling. It was getting really hot very quickly, and I just wanted to throttle it.
Understandable.
Yeah, and of course I use it for my business as well, and it would be so annoying to the point where I'd be replying to, either, let's say even yourself or a client, and halfway through texting and typing, the app would just shut down, you know, like force close itself, and then I open it back up and everything's gone that I'd written.
Oh, God.
So it was so frustrating. It was getting to the point where if I had to send a lengthy message, I had to write in my notes and then copy it over.
Oh, God.
It was just not good. Anyway, I ended up doing something I've never done before, not snapping the battery in half, but getting the battery replaced.
Hey!
And I had it done the other day with a genuine Apple battery, and now it reads as 100% battery health, and it functions so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I literally cannot say how pleased I am with it. And now the phone's fine. It's great.
Perfect.
So if anyone else is experiencing that, just get it changed. I mean, it was like £85, which is, I suppose, fairly expensive, but a percentage of what it would cost for a whole new phone.
Yeah, I mean, saying that, you know, you could just, I don't know, update your life, move into the 21st century, buy a new phone, you know?
Yeah, Ian, but I've spent a hell of a lot of money on a
Plug.
garden room.
Yeah, is that finished yet?
It's not. At the time of recording for us right now, it gets started in a week.
Nice.
Which will be exciting, and it should take about a week to complete.
You said we can record next month's bonus episode in that. Is that still a thing?
I guess so. Yeah, because it'll be the first week of July, so...
July. Okay, right, yeah. Sorry, I was trying to think where we are, because I'm lost. I don't even know where I am right now.
At the time of recording, we're at the end of June, not to break all the fourth wall stuff.
Hey, fourth wall. That's our merch store.
Hey, very good.
Nice.
That's where we delete all our items.
Yeah, get it broken. Break it. Go buy everything. Like, buy hundreds of everything.
Yeah. And what was really funny, actually, I took my dad with me just for a little trip to town, because we don't often go out together. And I thought, oh, you know what, come with me, I'll get my phone replaced and we'll go for a little coffee and just a little stroll around town.
Wonderful.
And then he said to me, should we go to Starbucks there? Which we did. It was quiet, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I know that you're not best pleased with Starbucks, but that's okay.
Not after that ghost pumpkin fucking frappe latte, whatever it was.
I remember that. That looked horrible.
It was.
So, yeah, he said, oh, are you a bit hungry? Shall we get a bit of lunch? I was like, yeah, fine. So we got some wraps and stuff like that. And then I realised when it came to paying, I didn't have my phone.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Because it was getting replaced. And my Apple Watch isn't a cellular one. So I couldn't just pay. And I was like, to my dad, oh, I'm really sorry. Do you mind if you pay? And it felt like I'd taken him out just to get a free lunch. I was like, oops.
Quick note for you. Your watch and your phone don't actually use Apple Pay via 5G or the internet. It's RFID, so you can still use it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Right. I'll not tell him that.
Yeah, I'm going to tell him that.
Your son made you pay when it was possible.
Oh, Dad. Yeah, like taking advantage of him not knowing how technology works. Like, oh, sorry, Dad.
Yeah, oh dear, Dad. It means my bills won't come out either. Can you give me 500 quid as well?
Yeah, you ordered like the 5-course meal as well. You ordered the tapas.
Oh, my dad got really excited that it was something else. So that was interesting, but I'm super, super happy. I cannot tell you how much that's positively impacted my life.
Very good. Good to know. I'm happy for you.
And how are you?
I still have a cold. I've lost my sense of taste and smell, so that's quite annoying.
Oh, no.
And that's about it. That's my life.
Oh, dear. I mean, you sound better.
Yeah, I think I sound better. It's just every so often I just cough up a fucking rugby ball-sized ball of phlegm.
Oh, nice. I didn't have that at Starbucks.
That's a specialty. That's a secret menu.
You were off that day, weren't you? It was off the board.
Yeah, I am the only one that can prepare that. It's very niche. It's only like a certain time of the year it's available.
Oh, God. It's a different smoker's cough.
Oh, God. And I'm actually glad you mentioned that because that comes up shortly.
Oh, does it really?
Well, something to do with that. It's just good to remind the audience.
Fair enough. Right, Ian, shall we crack on?
Let's fucking do it, pal.
Nice.
So, Jose Pedro de Freitas, I believe his name is pronounced. I am so sorry. There's so many names in this, and I've tried to learn them, but I have the memory of a sieve.
That's all right. I'll forgive you.
Thank you. But that was his full name, and he was born on October 18th, 1921, near the town of Congonhas in Brazil. But this wasn't the glamorous Brazil that we see on postcards with beaches and sun. This was mining country. Here, people got up before sunrise, worked hard all day, and went home exhausted. Arigó, which was his nickname, came from a poor family and received very little formal education. Really, he only went to school for a few years before work became more important than lessons, and as a teenager, he entered the workforce and eventually found employment in the mines. So, in other words, no one looked at this guy and thought, one day that lad will become the most controversial healers in modern history.
Chumps.
My thoughts exactly. This guy really just seemed destined for an ordinary life. So he married, started a family, worked hard, paid the bills, and carried on like millions of other people did for years. Then, sometime around 1950, things started going weird, and it all began with headaches.
Uh-oh.
Now, these weren't the sort of headaches that you get from a bad night's sleep or spending too long listening to Jordan explain weird cocktail ingredients. That's where the smoker's cough, yeah. These were severe and persistent. Day after day, week after week, their pain became so intense that ultimately it caused him to suffer from insomnia. So, night after night, he found himself lying awake, exhausted, but unable to rest, which is horrible.
Yeah, it's like a perpetual thing, isn't it?
Awful. But when sleep finally did come, something even stranger came with it. Arigó began having vivid dreams. Fragments of places that he didn't recognize and faces that he didn't know. Brief flashes of activity that seemed completely disconnected from his normal life, which, sounds normal, they're dreams after all, but over time, they became increasingly vivid and consistent. So, in these dreams, he said he found himself in a hospital, not one that he recognized or had ever visited before. This was a strange hospital filled with rows of beds and busy medical staff. The corridors stretched into the distance, doctors moved from patient to patient, nurses hurried between wards carrying equipment, and every night, this is where Arigó found himself. In fact, the dream repeated so often that it stopped feeling like a dream altogether and began to feel like somewhere he was actually visiting. And then one night, in this dream, something was different. He noticed a doctor standing among the staff. It was a stern-looking European physician. It was a stern-looking European physician, a gentleman, and even in dreamland, this doctor seemed to command the room. Arigó described him as authoritative, confident, and the sort of man who expected people to obey him. Do as I say, you bitch.
Oh, right, okay. I'd love to think that's what he sounded like.
And his name was Dr. Fritz.
Okay.
Now, Jordan, if somebody starts introducing themselves to you in your dreams, that's unusual enough. But according to Arigó, Dr. Fritz didn't stop there. He began talking to him, showing him things, walking him through the hospital, explaining illnesses, discussing treatments, and pointing out patients. It was almost like he'd been enrolled into medical school while he was asleep, and these lessons continued night after night.
Oh, wait, so you mean in this dream state that he keeps visiting every night?
Yep.
It's like he was learning on the job?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like he's got a little work placement in this dream hospital.
Oh, wow, okay. I mean, that's probably quite efficient if that works.
We'll see.
Okay. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So the headaches persisted, the dreams continued, the exhaustion worsened, and the boundary between dreams and reality started becoming blurred. Family members and friends said Arigó's behaviour began changing. People noticed he seemed distracted. He would stop in the middle of conversations and stare off into the distance, and at times he appeared to be listening to something that nobody else could hear. At other times, he simply seemed lost in his own thoughts for long periods of time, and friends and family obviously became concerned. Even Arigó himself became concerned, because whatever was happening wasn't stopping. If anything, it was becoming more intense.
Oh dear.
And then, Jordan, came the personality changes.
Oh dear. So is Arigó thinking to himself, I don't know, he's experiencing some psychotic behaviour or something?
I'm guessing he mustn't know what the hell's going on. He's just finding himself in these weird trances, he's having these weird dreams. I mean, what would you think?
I don't know. I mean, if it's so frequent, maybe you'd think schizophrenia or something, or split personality, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know what to think, would you?
That'd be awful.
And to those who knew him, there were moments where he seemed absolutely almost transformed. His posture, his expressions, and even his manner of speaking would all change. One moment he was a friendly miner that everybody knew, the next he appeared focused, abrupt, and strangely authoritative.
Okay.
It was as though somebody else had stepped into the room. And then came one of the strangest changes of all. the language.
Uh-oh.
During the episodes that he was experiencing, Arigó started using words and phrases that sounded German and even began using medical terms. So, until now, everything could be explained away as stress, illness, dreams, or psychological distress, as we discussed. But then came the first healing. Oh no, wow, that's amazing, Ian. Thanks, Jordan.
Oh, no, wow, that's amazing, Ian.
So convincing.
Sorry.
So accounts differ depending on who's telling the story, but the broad outline remains consistent. A local man approached Arigó seeking help for a medical problem. Arigó reportedly entered one of his trance-like states, his demeanor changed, his confidence became absolute, and he began giving specific medical instructions to the man, who followed them, and his health improved. Then another person arrived, then another, and word began spreading. A neighbour told a friend told a relative told somebody in the next town over, and everyone began talking about the miner, who somehow seemed to know things that he shouldn't.
Right, okay. So this is giving sort of proof and evidence then?
Yep. I mean, the amount of people, as you'll see later, that witnessed this is staggering, which makes it hard to dismiss it as, one person saw something.
Right, okay. Interesting.
So as this was happening, some people laughed at him, some were curious, and a few even investigated him. But before long, a steady stream of people started arriving at his door. But this was just small scale. At this stage, nobody could have guessed what was coming next, because according to Arigó, Dr. Fritz had finished teaching him. The lessons were over, and the doctor wanted to start operating.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Thought you were going to say, the lessons are over, now he wants pain.
Good, yeah. Medical bills are usually about £15,000 a semester. Cash or card?
I mean, what would he do then? Yeah. I also take the check. That was fucking not German, was it, at all?
It was something. Yeah.
Definitely.
But this, Jordan, is where the knives appeared.
Oh no, for the operations, oh dear.
Oh yeah. Now, when most people imagine surgery, they picture bright lights, sterile rooms, cleanliness standards, and professionals who have spent years training before they're trusted to take a scalpel to a person. What nobody pictures is a miner standing in a crowded room with a pocket knife. But that is exactly what was happening. And somehow, incredibly, against all the odds, it seemed to work.
Okay, it's because he didn't pay, isn't it?
Yeah, it was just like, well, I'll just have you kill people until you fucking pay me.
Yeah, you're not using those expensive scalpels, amigo.
I gave you them scalpels on goodwill. Now pay me or die. So the story most often told is the beginning of Arigó's surgical career.
An eagle.
I'll start again. The story most often told as the beginning of Arigó's surgical career involved a female relative who had been diagnosed with advanced uterine cancer.
Oh dear.
Bad news. By the 1950s, she was close to death. Family members had gathered around her bed, a priest had been called, and last rites were being discussed. The family had resigned themselves to the sad end of their family member, and no one was expecting a recovery. Then Arigó enters one of his trance states, his entire demeanour changes, and without warning, he rushes out the room. Everyone figured he was overwhelmed by emotion, but instead, he was just off to the kitchen. Moments later, he walked back in carrying a kitchen knife.
Oh no.
And before anyone knew what the fuck was happening, or could even think about stopping him, he approached the woman, made an incision, removed the tumour, dropped both the knife and the removed tissue into a sink, and then collapsed.
Okay. But he didn't stitch her back up.
Nah, you thought, do it yourself. I've done most of the work here. Fucking finish yourself.
That's also what you say to your wife.
Yeah, I went through the effort of taking my fucking trousers off. You finish yourself off.
I think I hear her in the next room.
Yeah, oh no, she's at work.
Oh, right.
She's just very loud.
Oh, dear.
But Jordan, when he recovered, he had little to no memory of what had happened. A doctor was called to examine the family member he'd operated on, and wouldn't you know it, she was grand. Cancer-free.
Okay, so she was fine.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
And Jordan, from here, stories like this started multiplying, and every new story brought more patients. The word spread, the queues grew, and soon Arigó found himself facing attention he never really wanted. And then came one of the more famous cases, which involved a Brazilian state senator named Bittencourt.
Okay.
Interesting name.
Yeah, very. Just before you continue with that,
Yeah.
Does this chap have any recollection that this was happening? As in, I know he went into a trance state and then performed these operations, but I wonder if he remembered after the fact.
I don't think he remembers, no.
Right, okay.
He just goes into the trance, does a thing, and then comes back out of it and is like, yep, cheers. Thanks, guys.
Right, okay.
Same time tomorrow.
Just as he's about to call 999 for an ambulance.
Yeah, he's in Brazil, calls 999. It's like, hello, British police, how can I help you? So, fuck.
Okay, then 911.
Hello, what's your emergency? Fucking hell. Just give up at that point. Fine, I'll just keep doing the surgery. I tried, right?
I suppose, 911, what's your emergency? There's a woman bleeding out in front of me somehow. She was fine a moment ago.
That's the thing, he saves people, he's all good.
Yeah, no, but it's just bizarre, isn't it? But that's not consensual. Not at least to this woman.
Yeah, I guess the first one wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
She didn't approach him for help.
No, he just zoned out and started cutting.
You'll find out later, though, that when he does these surgeries, weirdly, there's no pain accompanying them.
Right, okay.
So it's not as if he just walked in and stabbed her and she was like, ah! Like, dying in pain.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's weird. It's paranormal.
Okay.
But anyway, back to the Sentintor. What's his name? Senator. Centaur, the horseman. So according to the story, the senator had been suffering from a serious lung tumour. And obviously, after hearing the rumours, he became curious about the healer that everyone was talking about. And one evening, the two men reportedly found themselves staying in the same hotel. The senator retired to his room and off he went to sleep. And then, during that night, it said that Arigó entered the senator's room while in trance. The senator later woke up to find his pajamas cut open, there was blood on his chest, a fresh incision near his ribs, and no memory whatsoever of undergoing surgery.
Right.
Now, Jordan, imagine waking up to discover you've had an operation in your sleep. Most people would be calling the police. Whatever 3-digit number you want to get your fucking hands on, you just want the police at your door. But instead, medical examinations later suggested that the tumour had disappeared. And this became one of the stories that cemented Arigó's legend.
Right, okay. So he is helping people.
Exactly, yeah. So then, Jordan, came the case of Sonia. This one is interesting because it was reported by a dentist named Carlos Paranos da Costa Cruz. According to him, his sister-in-law Sonia had been diagnosed with advanced liver cancer. Doctors considered her condition inoperable, and so the family travelled to see Arigó. When they arrived, he casually diagnosed her condition without anyone even having to explain why they were there. Now, this place wasn't a hospital. It was a scene that would make most modern surgeons physically uncomfortable. A newspaper was spread across the floor, there was no operating theatre, no surgical team, anaesthetic, or even preparation. But again, Arigó entered his trance and began. Using a penknife and a pair of scissors, he operated on Sonia while observers watched in disbelief. The procedure lasted minutes, and Cruz said Arigó removed the tumour and slapped directly into his hands. And Jordan, I don't know about you, but if somebody hands me a tumour, I'm not catching it. That thing is absolutely fucking hitting the floor.
The frying pan,
Ugh, fucking...
You know how people eat their own placentas and stuff like that?
Oh, no. Don't talk to me about that.
Just cut that little black bit off, it's fine.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, it's grim as fuck.
It's like black pudding.
Oh. Not a lot makes me feel sick, man, but that really did it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God. Ugh, I want to throw up now.
Please continue.
Okay.
In as much depth as you desire.
Yeah, work past it. So he had the tumour in his hands, and because he had it, he went and got thing laboratory tested, and an analysis identified that the tissue was indeed cancerous. So it seems that he did help Sonia remove the tumour. She's all good.
Yeah, and she's got a snack.
Oh yeah, now she's got a lunch sorted. Thank God she didn't pack anything.
Yeah.
She didn't know she'd be getting surgery and a meal all in one. So now stories like this were spreading all across Brazil at remarkable speed, and wherever the stories travelled, patients followed. The most famous reports involved cataract operations.
Oh no.
Yeah. And this is where many doctors finally drew a line and decided they had to see things for themselves. Because whatever else you might believe about psychic surgery, the eye is not somewhere you want an enthusiastic amateur experimenting.
God, no.
But witnesses reportedly claimed that Arigó performed cataract procedures at astonishing speed. Patients would sit in front of him, doctors would stand nearby and watch, braced for disaster, then Arigó would begin. Again, no prep, no anaesthetic or sterile operating theatre. Accounts varied depending on the witnesses, but many agreed on one thing. the patients didn't react the way they were expected to. Doctors anticipated screaming or panic. They anticipated somebody physically having to restrain the patient. But instead, patients sat calmly throughout the procedure that, by all accounts, appeared terrifying to watch. One doctor later admitted that everything he witnessed violated accepted surgical practices. Nothing about it looked correct. Yet patient after patient claimed improvement. And that was the problem, because medicine should easily explain why the procedures should have failed. But explaining why so many people said they were successful proved more difficult. And then came another recurring theme. Pain!
Or lack of.
Yeah. Time and time again, witnesses described procedures that should have caused extreme suffering. Yet patients often appeared calm, later said they felt maybe a little bit of pressure, others said they felt almost nothing at all. And if the lack of pain was strange, the issue of infection was stranger still, because infection is predictable. It's one of the reasons that surgery was so dangerous throughout history. Yet Arigó supporters pointed to what they saw as an astonishing absence of serious post-operative infections. Critics argued that failures may have just gone unreported. Supporters pointed to the countless successful recoveries, but once again, nobody could agree on what they were looking at. But meanwhile, the crowds continued growing. By the late 1950s and early 1960s, patients were travelling from all across Brazil. Then from outside Brazil, people arrived carrying medical records, x-rays, scans, letters from doctors. Some came hoping for a miracle, while others just came hoping to expose a fraud. Journalists described enormous queues of people queuing up to see him before sunrise. Entire families camped nearby simply for a chance to get seen, and numbers became staggering. Some estimates suggested that over the course of his career, more than 2 million people sought treatment from Arigó.
Oh, shit, I nearly choked.
That's what you get for laughing at me.
I'm supportive in the spirit.
So now he wasn't just a local healer. He's now become a national phenomenon. And becoming something of this size also meant it became impossible for authorities to ignore.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the police are like, stop stabbing people in the fucking eye.
See, I was thinking this, right? So if people are coming at you with tumours or even cataracts, as you said, that will be sensitive surgeries to have, or surgeries to have, then at what point do authorities have to step in and say, hang on, you're not qualified to do this, you're not allowed?
Well, it seems that point is now.
Okay. I wonder if they could get around it with just having a consent form or something, so it's on, the onus is on the patient agreeing to it.
I guess you probably could do. But if somebody died or became seriously injured, they wouldn't look at the consent form and go, oh, well, you know, you signed up for it.
Yeah.
Arigó will still have to be prosecuted for causing, or are we thinking under our laws and systems?
Yeah. It is weird, though.
But we'll see where it goes, because it gets a bit weirder.
Okay.
And the police do become involved.
Uh-oh.
And they became involved because regardless of how many people claimed to be healed, there remained the unavoidable facts. He wasn't a doctor, he had no medical license, no surgical qualifications, and no recognised training. He was, technically speaking, still a minor, carrying out operations with pocket knives, and the authorities were horrified. So, investigations began, complaints were filed, and court cases followed. In 1956, he faced charges relating to practicing medicine without a license and other offences linked to his healing activities.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Luckily for him, supporters rallied around him and patients wrote letters of support. The legal system tried to determine what exactly should be done with a man who appeared to be breaking the law while simultaneously being treated like a national hero, which is a weird one to try and get around.
Yeah. And also actually treating people.
Exactly, yeah. Hell yeah. All these testimonies of coming away saying, yeah, I had cataracts and now I can see the moon.
No, that's just the light bulb, Dillis.
Typical Brazilian old lady name.
True.
But then, Jordan, things got even stranger because some of the people involved in the legal system reportedly became interested in his abilities themselves, and among those was Judge Joaquim Alves de Souza.
Okay, not someone to be messed with.
No, he was a tough cookie, old de Souza.
It's all right, I'm sure he'll snap.
And just get dipped in milk.
Tasty. Along with that tumour.
Ugh. Thank God he didn't have one. Because according to the accounts, the judge suffered from serious eye problems and chronic pain, and eventually he agreed to see Arigó himself.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so Arigó performed one of these brief procedures, and afterwards, the judge reported significant improvement. So now, Jordan, you got to put yourself in these judges' shoes. You're now trying to prosecute a miracle healer that just outright helped you.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Exactly. They can't go pursuing him, can they, if he's happy with the outcome?
But that's the thing. He might be happy with the outcome, but then if he goes on the bench and goes, no, actually, he is a miracle healer, they're going to go, you've lost your mind. You now need to lose your job.
Yeah, I get you.
Bit of a catch-22. But despite arrests, investigations and court proceedings, the crowds never disappeared. If anything, they grew larger, because while Brazil struggled to decide whether Jose Arigó was a healer, a fraud, or a danger or a miracle, word of his procedures reached the ears of researchers from outside of the country. And one of them was about to travel to Brazil to find out whether any of it could possibly be true. And his name was Andrea Puharich, who I believe we have spoken about before in the remote viewing episode.
Oh, right, okay. So this guy was wanting to get to the bottom of this.
Absolutely. Because, Jordan, if there was ever a man likely to end up standing in a crowded room watching a miner perform surgery while allegedly possessed by a dead German doctor, it was this guy.
Of course.
He was an American physician, inventor, and researcher with a long-standing interest in unusual phenomena. While many scientists preferred to stay as far away from paranormal claims as possible, Puharich had spent years wandering directly towards them. Not because he necessarily believed in it, but because he did what every scientist should do. Investigate. And he wanted to see things for himself.
Fair enough.
So when reports from Brazil started reaching beyond its borders, his curiosity was immediately piqued, and he decided to pack up and go and investigate. By the time Puharich arrived in Brazil, during the early 1960s, Arigó had become a phenomenon. The queues were enormous, the patients arrived daily, and somewhere in the middle of all that stood Arigó himself, still insisting that none of it had anything to do with him, and the real surgeon was Dr. Fritz. So Puharich watched, observed consultations, he observed trance states, and eventually he observed the surgery. And one of the weirdest incidents from Puharich's visits involved a lump on his very own arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's like, I want to go. He's getting involved.
Fair enough.
So what it was a lipoma. Is that how you pronounce that?
Lipoma, yeah.
Which is a benign fatty tumour. Doesn't really do anything.
No, but again, melts down lovely in the pan.
Oh, yeah. It's a great basting base. I don't know what the I'm talking about. It's a lovely sundry to add to your roast dinner. Is that a thing? Does that make sense?
It'll work.
So Puharich asked Arigó to examine him, and Arigó was like, yeah, sure, pal. So he entered one of his familiar trance states and began behaving as Dr. Fritz. Then he removed the growth. Puharich said he felt no pain during the process, and the event fascinated him. But then Puharich managed to do something that many others have struggled with. He looked beyond the stories, and he looked at the data. The medical records, the diagnoses, the patient outcomes, and he emerged from the investigation convinced that something unusual was indeed occurring. It seemed that every time someone thought they had an explanation, another piece of puzzle appeared. So take Dr. Fritz, the possessing entity sat at the centre of the entire story. Who exactly was this guy supposed to be? According to Arigó, Fritz had been a German physician. Most accounts described him as a surgeon who had died decades before the two had even met, in inverted commas.
Oh, so he was a real person then?
Well, that's what we're getting to now.
Right.
So in trance interviews, Fritz provided details about his life. He claimed he had been born in Munich, he claimed to have worked as a doctor and died in the early 20th century. So researchers tried to verify the story. Historians looked, investigators looked, supporters looked, and even skeptics looked. Yet despite years of searching, nobody ever found a historical Dr. Fritz who neatly matched the details.
Right.
But that didn't stop the debate. Believers argued that the inability to identify him didn't prove much, because records get lost, details become distorted, names change. Skeptics obviously argued the opposite. They said if nobody could find him, perhaps he never existed at all. Perhaps Fritz was a creation of Arigó's subconscious, a way of explaining abilities Arigó himself didn't even fully understand. But then there was still the language issue. The guy spoke a language he didn't know. Supporters pointed to this as evidence that Fritz was genuine. Critics pointed out a problem. Nobody ever produced conclusive evidence that Arigó was suddenly speaking fluent German. Some described isolated words, a few claimed it was much more, but the reports didn't ever really agree. And so the language mystery joined the ever-growing pile of questions, and the deeper researchers looked, the murkier things became. But meanwhile, Arigó started attracting attention from, again, the authorities. They're back at it. Despite public support and occasional legal victories, the issue never disappeared. He was, after all, still performing procedures without a medical license, which I think that would be what it would come down to, ultimately.
Yeah.
Like, if the authorities never witnessed him performing a surgery, like they never got evidence or proof of that, then I guess they couldn't prosecute him for it. But if people are saying I went to him and got medical attention, then that's still performing it without a license.
But it is that moral quandary, isn't it, that he was supposedly helping people.
I guess, the law has to be a bit more black and white in that situation, because then where do you draw the line?
True. And then anybody could be saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Just cutting people open.
Bit of a difficult one.
Getting the breakfast.
Yeah, just fucking disgusting. So eventually the courts acted again, and this time he was actually sentenced to prison.
Oh, wow, okay.
But Jordan, if you're thinking that's the end of the story, you're wrong, because somehow prison only made the whole thing stranger. According to numerous accounts, people continued seeking treatment from him even while he was locked up. Patients travelled to the prisons, and stories began circulating that Arigó was effectively operating a healing clinic from behind bars. Then public support became so overwhelming that the president, Kubitschek, granted him a pardon, meaning that he could go free.
Ah.
So the president of Brazil was just like, just let him out.
But not Woodrow Wilson.
No, that president, I think he was probably dead by this point.
Right, okay.
But years passed, the arguments continued, and throughout all of it, Arigó carried on working. Then, on January 11th, 1971, the story sadly came to an abrupt end. Or at least you would have thought it would have, because that day, Arigó was involved in a car accident which sadly took his life at age just 49.
Oh no.
News of his death spread rapidly across Brazil. People mourned. Patients who believed he had changed their lives were devastated. The man who they called a healer and one of the greatest medical mysteries of the 20th century was dead. And many assumed that the story would end there. After all, the central figure was gone. Except that isn't what happened.
Oh.
Because shortly after his death, something unexpected occurred.
He stitched himself up.
Yeah, he killed himself. He took the steering wheel out of his face. God. Dark.
Yeah.
But other mediums began claiming that they were contacting Dr. Fritz. One after the other, healers emerged insisting that they too were being guided by the mysterious doctor.
Oh no.
Some claimed to perform psychic surgery, others claimed to diagnose illnesses. Many entered trance states remarkably similar to those reported during Arigó's lifetime, and some supporters saw continuity, but skeptics saw imitation and the natural evolution of a famous legend. But in the end, we've got a dead doctor nobody can fully identify, thousands of witnesses, millions of visitors, decades of arguments, and one question. If Jose Arigó was a fraud, how did he fool so many people, including doctors, judges, scientists, and researchers? And if he wasn't a fraud, then that leaves us with an unsettling question. Who was Dr. Fritz? Was he a spirit, a psychological phenomena, an unexplored aspect of human consciousness, or something else entirely? Whatever the answer, Jose Arigó left behind one of the strangest medical mysteries of the 20th century. It began with headaches and dreams and ended with millions of people still arguing about just what the fucking hell they'd seen. But Jordan, after all that, I just want to know, what do you think?
Oh, that was really gripping. I enjoyed that. That was possibly one of my favourites.
Oh, interesting. Good to know.
It's a strange one, isn't it? I mean, I guess they all are. But the fact that he clearly was helping people, no matter what method or means it was to get there,
yeah,
he clearly did some help, which is odd.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of reports out there of, well, if any, that I found of anyone saying he didn't help me, he made everything worse.
Yeah, or maybe the ones that went wrong, it just twisted it a bit, killed him off.
Yeah, wow, that did nothing at all. I knew you were a fraud. Yeah, get him on the way out.
Yeah, really strange. It is that moral conundrum, though, isn't it, of how far do you take it, as we said, where,
yeah,
you know, someone is supposedly helping masses of people, but they're not qualified to do so. So is that wrong?
It is. I mean, even if you don't believe the paranormal is a thing, then you're going to be thinking, this guy is not possessed by some surgeon. What the hell are we allowing this to continue for?
Yeah.
You know, even if it looks like they're helping people, you're still going to be thinking we shouldn't be allowing this to go on. But even if somebody does believe in the paranormal and believes that he is possessed by a spirit, then you're still going to be thinking, is it actually that, or is this person just mentally ill?
Yeah.
Like, should we allow... There's always, no matter what aspect you look at it from, you're always thinking, shouldn't we be stopping this?
Yeah, like a medical vigilante.
Yeah. Quite scary.
Really weird. Here's a question for you. Let's say you were in that time.
I was going to ask you this.
Okay. And you needed work done at the end of the road, as it were. There was no other options. Would you try it?
Probably.
I mean, you've got not very much to lose, have you?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, if it doesn't work, you're in the exact same position you were when you got there, maybe with a scalpel in your eye.
Especially when the tumour was in your ass.
He just misheard you. It's my accent.
Very interesting, though. It's a fascinating story.
Very weird.
No, I like it, though.
Well, thanks for listening.
You're very welcome. I enjoyed it.
I mean, really, thanks for listening. I can imagine that took a lot.
We got there in the end.
We did.
Well, you did.
Never again. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick to, you know, a man saw a ghost The end.
Imagine you fucked that up.
A man saw a goat.
Oh, I love it, yeah. No, very good. No, thank you.
Thank you. Right now, Jordan, I'm intrigued to see where this is going.
Okay.
I believe I know what you're going to do, but I want to hear it straight from the Jordan's mouth.
Okay. So, this, as I said, was basically stolen as your idea from Question Buggers. I don't know where you got the idea from, but essentially, I guess it's kind of like a Mad Lib sort of thing, in the sense that I have a story pre-written out with little blank spaces that you will be filling in.
Right.
Okay. So, this, Iain, is what I like to call the night Iain was haunted by something he absolutely shouldn't have been haunted by.
Right.
So, yeah, just feel free to go where you like with it, I guess.
Alrighty.
Right, are you ready to begin, Iain?
I am ready, set, and raring.
Do you want to give us a little swoosh?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, yeah, that'll be lovely with a bit of reverb.
Oh, yeah.
So, this is like alternate reality now. Now, Iain, before we started recording, you reminded me of something you once told me.
Yeah.
And you said it was one of the most disturbing paranormal encounters of your life.
Yeah.
And, you know, I thought that listeners would find it fascinating to hear. But I must admit, Iain, it's been a good few years now, and a lot of the details have kind of, you know, they faded from me. And I kind of remember the broad strokes. So anyway, what I thought was, we'll piece it back together now, live as we record, almost like a paranormal cold case reconstruction.
Okay.
All right.
I think I know which one you're talking about, and boy, is it vivid in my mind, so...
Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what I remember, and then I'll let you fill in the details when my memory's gone, you know, a bit fuzzy.
Got it.
Does that sound like a plan?
Can't wait.
All right, Iain. So this is what I recall as the night Iain was haunted by something he absolutely should not have been haunted by.
Oh, God. Thinking about it gives me the shigglies.
Oh, me too. So, I remember this all happened on a day that was very important as a life event.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a birthday, and it wasn't Christmas. When was it again?
It was my wedding day.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. It was the day of your wedding. A huge day for you and your family. And I remember you woke up unusually early that morning because there was one job you had to do before leaving the house.
Yep.
You had to go to... where was it? Where was it you had to go and collect something?
I had to go to B&Q and get a pot of paint.
Right, B&Q'd for a pot of paint, yeah.
Yeah, because I was supposed to be painting my guttering before I left.
Of course, yeah, because you wanted to make sure you started married life on the right foot.
Exactly, yeah, with a beautiful looking gutter.
Yeah, of course. On the way there, Iain, something happened that you initially brushed off, not with the paintbrush, as odd but harmless. And you looked out of the window and you saw... what was it you saw again?
Well, as I was driving to B&Q, my dad was stood on the side of the road holding a sign saying, "That's not my biscuit. Love you, son. By the way, fuck you."
That's right, yeah. And your first thought wasn't, oh, I'm in danger. Your first thought was actually, what was your first thought again?
I thought, I should really be keeping my eyes on the road, but seeing my dad holding a sign saying that he loves me is just far too much of a bizarre thing to tear my eyes away from.
Of course. Oh, yeah, that was right, yeah. And, of course, despite that, Iain, you carried on because you had bigger things to worry about, didn't you?
I did.
Specifically, the fact that you were already late. You were running behind.
I was.
And also because you were carrying your uncle's prized... what was it again?
Sea bass.
Oh, yeah, his prized sea bass, which for some reason you felt had to come with you.
Yeah, well, you know, I take it if it's a good look sea bass.
It is. And we live by the sea. You don't get funny looks.
Exactly, yeah. The thing is with it, it's so big, so large, that if people try and rip me off, you know, they're like, oh, but would you want to buy these Maltesers in a special deal for £1 only? I just smack them with the sea bass.
Of course. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it gets me where I want to go in retail.
And after your visit to B&Q, you had somewhere else that you had to go that morning, and that wasn't a normal thing. It wasn't your place of work,
No.
and it wasn't the post office.
No.
Where was it again?
It's the STI clinic.
Of course, yes. Which, you know, as everyone knows, you already had a slightly sinister reputation with that because years earlier there'd been rumours about... what were the rumours about?
It was that I kept going in just to talk to one particular person. I've never had an STI in my life. They were just like, you need to stop wasting NHS time. You need to leave, please, because William doesn't want to see you today.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm like, but I'm itchy.
William doesn't want to see your willy.
Please.
And, you know, when you arrived at the STI clinic, the first thing you noticed was that the entire place was completely empty, apart from one person who was what were they again?
That was the receptionist. It was William.
Yeah, the reception, of course. Yeah, the receptionist. And what were they doing again?
Oh, just beating it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It was like, I'm here alone. I've got 5 minutes to myself. May as well crack one out. And then all of a sudden, bling, I walk through the door. William, what is this?
Yeah, that's right. They were beating it in total silence.
Yeah, all you can hear was...
This person looked up at you and, without any greeting whatsoever, asked you one simple question. Oh, I'm sorry, Ian, I'm racking my brain here. What was it they asked you again?
Wanna help?
Right, yeah, I forgot about that. That's right, Ian. Which, in hindsight, was obviously a little bit of a warning.
Possibly.
You know, at the time, you kind of laughed it off and you said... What was it you said?
No, I didn't laugh it off. I jerked it off.
Oh, I'm getting it wrong. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I said, yeah, absolutely, bud. I'll be round there in a minute. And then I was like, how do I get in? And I couldn't find the bit of the desk that lifts to get in.
Of course, yeah.
I was walking around for at least 20 minutes looking for how to get in behind. I was like, mate, I'm going to be late. I got her into paint. I got to call my dad to see if he's back home yet from the roadside.
Yeah.
I've got to go get married.
Of course, yeah. It was a busy day for you.
Very busy.
Luckily, you started off early.
He had that big fucking sea bass as well.
Yeah, that's true. You were just slapping him with it. Show me the hinge. But yeah, Ian, this receptionist, they just stared at you. And I remember that you told me that they slowly pointed towards... what was it again?
A broom closet.
A broom closet, yeah. You've got a better memory than I have.
Yeah.
So this is the bit I always forget the most, Ian. You went over to where they were pointing, the broom closet.
Yeah.
And then that's where you found... the object. And it wasn't a normal object, a deeply unsettling object. Go on, tell everyone what it was, Ian.
Oh, God, I mean, it hurts to think about. But so I approached the broom closet, bass in hand.
Of course.
Full mast as well, by the way.
Naturally.
I get scared erections.
Getting ready for the evening, yeah.
God, no. So I opened the broom closet, and inside was a bike, right? But it wasn't made of normal bike things.
Of course, yeah.
It was made of sausage meat.
Wow, yeah. Was it cooked or uncooked?
It was uncooked.
Right, okay, it's a squidgy.
And it was undulating.
Oh dear, okay. The worst part about that, Ian, was that you instantly recognised it.
I did.
Because years before, your family had owned one exactly like it. Ever since that life-changing event, Ian. And what was that life-changing event?
I ate the bike.
Did you? Right, okay. Uncooked.
Yeah,
of course.
Completely uncooked. Yeah, I just woke up one morning, I was ravenous.
Yeah.
I'd slept for 48 hours. I was only 3 years old. First thing I saw, meaty bike. I still had the sea bass under my arm, and I thought to myself, get in my belly, meaty bike.
Lovely, yeah. But Ian, what was weirder was that there was something written on that meaty bike, and it wasn't in blood or anything dramatic like that. It was just written in Sharpie, and it simply said, what did it say again?
Huffy.
And at this point, you told me that you did the sensible thing and tried to leave the STI clinic. But as you turned around, you heard a sound behind you. Not a scream, not footsteps. It was the sound of... what was the sound? In fact, can you make the sound?
It's hard to make. It was the sound of a meaty sausage bike bell. So it's like...
Okay, lovely, yeah. Very vaguely remember you saying that. And when you looked back, standing there was the thing that had been following you all morning, unbeknownst to you.
Yep.
Can you describe it for us? Because I just want to try and remember this too. It had the body of... what did you say?
The body of a person.
Oh, yeah, the body of a person, that's right. But it had the face of a what?
My manager.
The face of your manager. It had the body of a person and the face of your manager.
Come to think of it, it might just be my manager.
And you said it moved like a what?
Like a managerial shill.
It moved like a managerial shill. That's right. And you said that the most unsettling part was its voice. Because you said it spoke and it sounded exactly like that famous person Who did you say it was?
Mate, it sounds straight up like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right, yeah, that's right, yeah. And this entity, this managerial figure, didn't attack you. You were perfectly safe, and you knew that. And that's what makes this story so chilling, Ian, is that it simply gave you a message, a warning, like a prophecy. It leaned in, and it said... Oh, go on, Ian, you say it. I don't want to butcher it.
Well, it leant in, Jordan, and it said to me, "The time you've booked off for your honeymoon has not been approved."
That's awful, Ian.
Oh, it gives me chills thinking about it.
Yeah. Which at the time made absolutely no sense to you. But looking back, you realise it connected to something from your childhood. What was that again?
When I was a child, I booked some time off, and my dad said, "Only if you sit and watch this Arnold Schwarzenegger movie." And I was like, "No!
Yeah, that was right, yeah. But anyway, you ended up leaving immediately, and you get back to your event where everything for a while just seemed normal. People were mingling, food was being served. I mean, it was your wedding day after all.
It was.
But your aunt was complaining about something, wasn't she? Mm-hmm. What did she say again?
She was pissed off that I still had my worry direction.
And then, right in the middle of it all, Ian, the prophecy came true.
Yep.
Because someone stood up, everyone went quiet, and then the prophecy happened. Arnold Schwarzenegger told you that your time had not been approved for your honeymoon.
God.
You told me it was chaos. Absolute chaos. One guest started crying, one ran outside, one attempted to fix the situation using what was it again?
That was a bagel.
Using a bagel, of course. And then somehow your uncle lost...
both legs and one eye.
Both legs and one eye. Your uncle lost both legs and one eye.
Yeah.
And it was only then in the middle of this disaster that you realised what the prophecy truly meant. Actually, it was about... what was it warning you about again?
My toes were on fire.
Oh, that your toes were on fire.
Yeah. Don't know how long they've been like that.
I mean, maybe it was from the sausages.
They were fiery ghost pepper sausages.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay, I thought you tried to cook the sausages and got your feet instead. But I must be misremembering that.
I am very bad at cooking, but that is one thing. My little cocktail sausages down there that lives in my socks, they go nowhere near fire.
Or the one in your pants.
Yeah, it's bigger than a cocktail sausage.
Okay, two of them. And worst of all, Ian, the bike made of uncooked sausage meat from earlier had somehow reappeared. But where was it found again?
In my purse.
The whole big sausage meat bike was in your purse?
Yeah, I'd been carrying it around all day. I didn't even realise.
Okay, and the sea bass?
Yeah, the sea bass was under my arm. That was my best man.
Right, okay. Of course, yeah. And your purse containing uncooked sausage meat, and there it was, sitting in something as if it had been there all along. And what was it sitting in?
A paddling pool filled with piss.
Paddling pool full of piss, that's right.
Yeah.
So naturally, you took charge, Ian. You told everyone at the wedding to stay calm, grab the nearest...
fire extinguisher.
Yeah, that's right. You grabbed the nearest fire extinguisher and you attempted the only paranormal protection method you knew at the time, which was what again?
To grab my balls, scream, "Fuck off."
And would you say that worked immediately, Ian, or did it just make things significantly worse?
Oh, it just made everything worse, mate. It just angered the bike.
Oh, it made things way worse for you, because instead of ending the haunting, it caused that other thing to happen, didn't it?
Yeah.
Go on, you tell him, Ian.
Well, the ghost cyclist that usually used to accompany the meat bike turned up. He was in the middle of a Tour de France, came off a bridge, plummeted thousands of feet down into a meaty ravine, and that's how the bike got its origin, and he just died.
Right.
Yeah, so I had the meaty bike, and the rider turned up to claim back what was his.
Right, okay. Don't remember you mentioning that, but maybe, yeah, that must be what happened.
It was what happened. I was there. It happened yesterday. You have a terrible memory.
Sorry, I did say it was years ago. Now, Ian, the room is in total chaos. The entity is returned. Your family are screaming, and you're standing there holding your sea bass under your arm. Mm-hmm. And then, in a final desperate act, you shouted one phrase that somehow banished it. What was it exactly you said again?
Well, Jordan, I just stood there. I dropped the sea bass. I put both hands up in the air, and I just shouted, "I'm a Barbie girl."
That's right, Ian. And the second you said, I'm a Barbie girl, everything stopped.
Yeah, I think everyone was just shocked, really.
Probably. Even the DJ thought, what the f***?
Yeah, there was a massive...
Yeah, it makes sense. The room went silent, the temperature changed, the lights flickered, and the ghost cyclist, instead of disappearing in smoke or collapsing into dust, it simply... What did it do again?
It looked at me in disgust, looked me up and down, and was like, what the fuck, bro?
Makes sense. As did all your guests.
Yeah, I was a little bit shocked at that, to be honest, yeah.
And afterwards, no one wanted to talk about it. In fact, your family agreed to cover it up completely and tell everyone that what really happened was... and what was that?
They said that as my holiday hadn't been approved for my honeymoon, they just said, well, let's just pretend the wedding never happened.
Right, okay.
We'll all just go our separate ways. We'll never look at each other again.
That's right. And there was one lasting consequence there, wasn't there? And that was ever since that day, whenever you do... what was that certain thing?
Whenever I look off whimsically into the distance.
That's it. Ever since that day, whenever you look up whimsically into the distance, you're reminded of that very incident. And just before we move on, I just want to be clear. To this day, you still maintain that this really happened to you, and that somewhere that entity is still out there.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's still searching for his bike.
Oh, I've no doubt. He's tortured forever. And so there we are, a completely true account of the day Iain was nearly destroyed by this ghost cyclist who used to be in the middle of a Tour de France who plummeted off a bridge to his death. And I think the main lesson, Iain, is that if a silent STI clinic receptionist points you towards a broom closet which contains a meat bike, don't carry on to a family event as if nothing's ever happened. And Iain, thank you so much for finally speaking about this.
It's okay. It took a lot of courage to try and get that story out, but, you know, I think it needed to be out.
It did. And I hope that settled everyone's nerves, because I'm sure they were fraught with anxiety listening to that.
I'm sure. And remember, next time you get married, don't go to the STI clinic. Forget about the painting. Leave William alone. And definitely don't take your sea bass with you.
Of course, yeah, because, I mean, by that time it absolutely stunk.
It was fucking rotten.
That sounds horrendous, Iain. I'd like to hope someone would actually think that this was all true.
I hope that everyone knows it's true, because it did happen. I haven't seen my wife or my family in years.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Iain. That was your crazy, weird paranormal experience of the night Iain was haunted by something he should absolutely not have been haunted by.
Scary.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. It felt like it had to be shared.
I had buried that very deep.
Not as deep as a sausage bite.
Or William, actually. We went back and we rekindled our love.
It was your only method of transportation for a while.
What, riding William?
Maybe.
So, John, thank you very much for that.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for putting me on the spot, making me think this early in the morning.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You did very well.
Thank you, sir. With that, me old pal, does that about bring us around to the end of today's episode?
I think it does.
Nice.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Two Guys What's Up. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you listen to us so you don't miss another episode, and maybe even tell a friend. Take your friend to the STI clinic. Do not go into the broom closet, otherwise you might find someone sat there on their sausage bike with earpods in ears listening to Two Guys What's Up. And of course, you can't hear it then.
Exactly, yeah. Bad news for everyone. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, our Linktree link is in the bio of this episode, which you can click on, which will reveal every single way that you can get through to us, including our new Two Guys Hotline WhatsApp number.
Beautiful. Shall we play a little jingle?
Hit it.
Sweet.
07395840199.
And don't forget to check out the Patreon and the merch store if you want to help support the show and get some cool stuff while you do so.
But if you can't do that, but you still like to help us out, then a 5-star rating and review in your podcast app of choice would be the best and the freest way to do that for us, and we would be eternally grateful. We bloody well would. But on that note, thanks for listening. Y'all have an amazing week, and we will see you next Monday. See you
Ciao.
then. Bye.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye. It's a scene that would have made most modern surgeries. Surgeries? Surgeries, what the fuck?
Oh, dear.
Let's just power through. Otherwise, we're going to be here forever.
Amigo, I'm here for my surgery. Why don't you just start doing nursery rhymes?
I'd probably f that up, and then how stupid would I look?
Maybe just stick to the Curious Creepy Club.
I even f that up, mate.
Oh, God. Dylan's like, why are you saying the same thing, Dad?
So, fucking hell, get it together, Dad, you fucking dickhead.
Oh, dear.
Right, so we start again.
Okay.
Now, this place wasn't a hospital.